Welcome to Limitless Mindset. If you're hearing this right now, it's not by accident. You're here because something inside you is ready to grow, ready to rise, ready to break limits. This is your reminder that you are capable of more. So take a deep breath, focus your mind, open your heart, let's begin. You keep telling yourself, one day I'll get organized. One day I'll fix everything. But somehow that day keeps moving further away. Bills pile up. Opportunities slip through your fingers. And slowly, quietly, your peace of mind begins to fade. Deep down, you know you were created for more. You know there is something greater inside you. But something holds you back. Something keeps telling you to wait for the perfect moment. The problem is, that moment never arrives. I know that feeling. I've lived in that place. That quiet frustration of knowing you're capable of greatness, yet feeling trapped in confusion and disorganization. It's a heavy feeling, a silent battle that many people fight, but rarely talk about. But one day, a powerful realization hit me. My life wasn't falling apart. It was simply unorganized. And that realization changed everything you see. Chaos is not always an attack. Sometimes chaos is simply the result of neglect. Sometimes it appears when we stop leading our lives and start allowing life to lead us. And here's the truth many people don't want to face. No matter how gifted you are, no matter how talented, no matter how much potential you carry, if your life lacks order, your purpose will remain buried under the weight of disorder. Now look at this from a spiritual perspective. Scripture reminds us in 1 Corinthians 14:33 that God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. That means confusion was never part of your design. God created you for clarity, for direction, for order. That is His nature. And because you were created in His image, order is meant to be part of your life as well. But here is the challenge. Order does not appear by accident. It does not show up. When you feel motivated, it does not come simply because you wish for it. You must choose it. You must decide that your life deserves structure. You must push past excuses, break through laziness, step outside comfort zones, and declare with conviction, enough is enough. Because until you become serious about bringing order into your life, you will continue living far beneath your true potential. But the moment you begin organizing your life, your time, your priorities, your habits, your environment, something remarkable begins to happen. Peace replaces panic. Focus replaces frustration. Confidence replaces confusion. You stop reacting to life, and you start directing it. You begin to realize that many of the blessings you have been praying for require structure in order to survive. You see, greater blessings require greater capacity before the next level arrives. The foundation must be prepared, and understand this clearly. Organizing your life is not about perfection. It is about preparation. It is about becoming the type of person who can handle success when it arrives, because opportunities do not wait for the unprepared. They are drawn toward discipline, toward order, toward readiness. So if your life feels broken or scattered, maybe it isn't punishment. Maybe it's an invitation to rise, an invitation to rise, an invitation to reset, an invitation to rebuild your life with purpose and intention. God desires order in every area of your life. Your thoughts, your habits, your finances, your relationships, your goals. Because where order exists, peace begins to live. And where peace lives, progress follows. So today, I challenge you. Stop waiting for motivation. Start building structure. Clean the clutter. Create the schedule. Bring direction to your days. Because when you do, you will discover something powerful. Order is not just a habit, it is a principle that shapes destiny when your life is disorganized. You don't just lose time, you lose peace. You don't just misplace objects, you misplace purpose. And the dangerous thing about disorganization is that it rarely arrives suddenly. It creeps in slowly. It begins with small neglect. One unfinished task, one missed commitment. One ignored responsibility. Until one day you wake up and realize life feels like it is controlling you instead of you controlling it. Stress begins to multiply when there is no structure. You wake up anxious because you don't know where to begin. You go to bed frustrated because the most important things never got done. You stay busy all day, yet deep down, you know you didn't move forward. That is not the life you were meant to live. God created the universe with order, light separated from darkness, land separated from water, seasons placed in rhythm, everything in its proper place. And if the Creator operates with order, then surely His creation must reflect that same discipline. Organization is not just about managing a calendar. It is about aligning your life with divine design. Imagine someone trying to juggle work, family, personal growth, and spiritual life all at once. They want to succeed. They want to serve. They want to grow, but their priorities are scattered. Their mind is cluttered. Their energy is exhausted. They are not lazy. They are simply unorganized. And slowly, what should bring joy begins to feel like a burden. They are moving fast, but they are not moving forward. That is what disorganization does. It robs you of clarity. It overwhelms your mind. It traps you in survival mode. But the moment you begin organizing your life, even through small changes, something powerful shifts inside you. Begin to realize that peace is not the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of order. Organization is not just a productivity skill, it is an act of obedience. When you manage your time wisely, you honor the gift of time. When you manage your resources well, you show gratitude for what you've been given. When you plan your day intentionally, you declare that your purpose matters. And that is why organization is not optional for people who want meaningful lives. It is essential. Many people pray for bigger blessings. They pray for open doors. They pray for new opportunities. But they have not yet built the structure required to sustain them. Want increase without preparation. But increase always follows order. Before promotion comes, preparation, and sometimes what feels like delay is actually God, waiting for you to build the discipline required to handle what you asked for. Ask yourself honestly, how can you manage more? If you cannot manage what you already have, organization signals readiness. It shows maturity. It opens the door for growth. When your life is organized, your mind becomes calm, your faith becomes clearer, and your spirit becomes stronger. So if you truly want peace, progress, and power in your life, begin with order, clear your space, strengthen your habits, align your priorities, because when your life gains structure, you stop chasing opportunities. Opportunities begin to find you. Your next level depends on how well you manage the one you're standing in today. Discipline. Today builds destiny tomorrow, so force yourself to organize your life, not because it's easy, but because your future depends on it. And every organized life begins with one powerful force: self-discipline. You cannot organize your world if you cannot first organize yourself. Self-discipline is the quiet architect behind every extraordinary life. It is the decision to do what must be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It is waking up when the alarm rings, choosing structure over chaos, choosing focus over feelings, choosing consistency over comfort. Many people ask God to change their lives while refusing to change their habits, but transformation requires discipline. Cannot desire excellence while living in disorder. Discipline is not punishment. It is preparation. It builds character. It builds strength, and it prepares you to sustain the success you seek. Discipline is uncomfortable. It stretches you. It challenges you, but growth is always hidden behind discomfort. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, you grow stronger. Every time you plan instead of procrastinate, you move closer to your future. Small disciplined actions, repeated daily, eventually create extraordinary results. Think about how much time disappears each day due to disorganization. Think about how much energy is wasted fixing problems that could have been prevented with a little planning. Discipline restores control. It teaches you to say no to distractions and yes to purpose. It teaches you to live intentionally. So pause for a moment and reflect. Where in your life are you lacking discipline? Your time, your finances, your spiritual life, your habits? Remember this: discipline in one area strengthens every other area. The moment you develop discipline, your focus sharpens. Your energy multiplies, and your results begin aligning with your prayers. Discipline requires prioritizing what truly matters. It requires building routines that support your purpose. It requires protecting your time and energy. because you cannot say yes to everything and still expect to live an organized life. Sometimes the most disciplined word you can say is one simple word: no. And when discipline becomes part of your lifestyle, something beautiful happens. Life becomes lighter. Clarity increases. Peace returns. Your days gain direction. Your mind gains order. And slowly but surely, you become the person capable of carrying the future you once only dreamed about. So make the decision today. Take control of your time. Take control of your habits. Take control of your energy. Because when you master self-discipline, you begin to master life. And when you master life, you become unstoppable. And remember this: the God who placed purpose inside you has already equipped you with the strength to fulfill it. Your job is simple: keep moving forward. Stay disciplined, stay organized, stay faithful, and never stop becoming the person you were created to be. Now, let's go deeper and talk about something that quietly steals the potential of so many lives: clutter. No matter how disciplined you try to be, if your life is full of clutter, peace and progress will always feel out of reach. Clutter is not just the mess you see around you. It is the hidden chaos that fills your mind, drains your energy, and clouds your focus. It's the silent weight that slows your movement without you even realizing it. And until you face it, it will keep you trapped in cycles of frustration, procrastination, and confusion. Clutter comes in many forms. There is physical clutter, emotional clutter, and spiritual clutter. Let's start with the physical. Your environment speaks to your mind more than you realize. When your room is filled with piles of unfinished tasks, scattered belongings, and things you no longer need, your mind begins to mirror that same disorder. You may not notice it immediately, but it slowly drains your energy. You try to relax, but your mind keeps reminding you of everything that is out of place. Clutter whispers constantly, there is still more to do. But the moment you begin to clean your environment, something powerful happens. Your mind becomes clearer, your focus becomes sharper, your energy begins to return. Because when you remove physical clutter, you create space for clarity and creativity. But physical clutter is only one layer. There is also emotional clutter. This is the clutter people cannot see. It hides behind your smile. It's the pain you never released, the resentment you never healed, the disappointment you keep replaying in your mind, old wounds, unforgiven mistakes, regrets that still sit heavy in your heart. You can organize your schedule perfectly, but if your heart is still carrying bitterness, guilt, or anger, you will still feel stuck because you cannot walk freely into a new season. While holding tightly to the wounds of the past, then there is spiritual clutter, and this may be the most dangerous of all. Spiritual clutter is the noise that pulls your attention away from what truly matters. The endless scrolling, the constant comparisons, the distractions that slowly replace quiet moments with God. You tell yourself you are too busy to pray, too tired to reflect, too distracted to pause. But that is exactly where your strength comes from. When your spirit becomes crowded with distractions, you begin to lose the clarity that once guided you. But there is good news. You were never meant to carry all that weight alone. Scripture reminds us that we can cast our cares on God because He cares for us. That means the emotional weight, the stress, the confusion, the distractions, you were never designed to carry them. Forever, God invites you to release them, to surrender the heaviness, to choose peace over pressure. Imagine someone full of potential, waking up every day surrounded by clutter. Their room is messy. Their inbox is overwhelming. Bills are unpaid. Their mind is filled with worries. They spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing their life to others, feeling distracted and discouraged. They want success. They want growth. They pray for breakthrough. But they cannot see that the first step toward breakthrough is clearing the clutter, because clutter blocks clarity, and clarity is the beginning of direction. You cannot clearly see where you are going if your mind is filled with too many distractions. Sometimes the miracle you are waiting for is hidden behind the mess you refuse to clean, because God cannot fill what is already full. If you want Him to move in your life, you must first make space. So, where do you begin? You begin small, one step, one decision, one space at a time. Start asking yourself honest questions. What habits are stealing my time? What relationships are draining my energy? What thoughts are keeping me trapped in the past? What distractions are pulling me away from my purpose? Transformation does not begin with pretending everything is fine. It begins with courage. The courage to confront what is not. Working, decluttering, is not about losing things. It is about rediscovering yourself. It is about creating space for peace, purpose, and direction. Because the less clutter you carry, the more clearly you can hear the voice guiding your life. The less noise around you, the more focused your path becomes. And every area you clean up becomes an open door for new possibilities. So if you feel stuck right now, maybe the solution is not working harder. Maybe the solution is clearing what no longer belongs in your life. Clean the physical mess, release the emotional weight, silence the spiritual noise, because true peace does not come from having more. True peace comes from needing less. And when your life becomes lighter, your vision becomes clearer. And when your vision becomes clearer, your direction becomes unstoppable. Now let's move into something equally powerful: goal setting and prioritization. Because being organized is important. But organization alone is not enough. You must know what you are organizing your life for. Order without direction leads to frustration. Many people are constantly busy, but they are not truly productive. They are active, but they are not effective. They are moving, but they are not progressing. They wake up early, they work hard, they stay busy all day, but they cannot explain where all that effort is leading. They are running fast, but they don't know where they are running to. And that is one of the greatest tragedies of modern life. People confuse movement with progress. You can work hard every day and still feel empty if your effort is not aligned with purpose. Hard work without direction only leads to exhaustion. Organization gives structure, but goals give direction. Without goals, you will chase everything and accomplish nothing. This is why goal setting is more than a productivity habit. It is a discipline of purpose. Clarity must come before movement. You must know what you are building before you begin building it. Too many people want success without clarity. They want results without planning. They want purpose without preparation. But every meaningful life begins with vision. You must define what truly matters. You must decide what deserves your time and energy. Because life will always fill your schedule with urgent things. But urgent things are not always important things. Messages feel urgent. Notifications feel urgent. Meetings feel urgent, but the things that shape your future are often quiet and overlooked. Your growth, your faith, your relationships, your purpose. Most people spend their lives reacting to urgency while neglecting what truly matters. That is why they remain busy but unfulfilled. Imagine two people. The first wakes up and immediately reacts to the day. They check their phone, they answer messages, they run from one task to another. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted but cannot explain what they accomplished. The second person begins their day with intention. They pause, they reflect, they plan, they prioritize. They know what matters most. They are not just moving through the day, they are leading the day. Now, ask yourself honestly, which one are you becoming? Because when you fail to prioritize your life, life will prioritize for you. And it will always prioritize the urgent over the meaningful. So today, take a moment and reflect. What are the 3 most important priorities in your life? Can you clearly define them? Because if you cannot define your priorities, you cannot direct your life. Clarity is power. Focus begins with clear vision. When you define your priorities, decision-making becomes easier. Distractions lose their power. Comparison fades away. You stop chasing everything that looks attractive and begin focusing on what is truly aligned with your purpose. Because success is not measured by how much you do. Success is measured by how much of what you do truly matters. When your goals become clear, your energy becomes focused, your steps become intentional, your progress becomes unstoppable. So write your vision, make it clear, and run toward it with discipline, faith, and purpose. Because when your life is guided by clear goals, you are not just staying busy, you are becoming the person you were created to be. And that journey is only just beginning. Now let's talk about something that many people underestimate, yet it controls the direction of their entire life. Time. Time is the most valuable currency you will ever possess. You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose opportunities and create new ones. But once time is gone, it never returns. Every minute you waste is a small piece of your destiny slipping quietly through your fingers. Yet most people treat time as if it is endless. They live as if tomorrow is guaranteed. They delay their purpose, postpone their growth, and push their dreams into the future. But the truth is simple. Time is not just a resource. Time is a responsibility. When you begin to understand that truth, everything about the way you live begins to change. You start valuing your hours differently. You begin protecting your focus. You become more intentional about how you spend each day. Managing your time wisely is one of the greatest ways to honor the life you've been given. Every purpose has a season. Every dream has its appointed time. Every opportunity arrives within a window that will not stay open forever. Life moves in seasons. There are seasons of preparation, seasons of growth, and seasons of harvest. But if you are careless with your time, you can miss the moment meant for your breakthrough. Sometimes people are doing the right thing at the wrong time. Sometimes they are chasing the wrong things at the right time. Both situations create frustration. That is why managing your time is not just about productivity. It is about alignment. It is about learning to move with purpose instead of drifting through the day. Think about how many people wake up every morning already overwhelmed. They rush through their day reacting to messages, calls, problems, and distractions. By the end of the day, they feel exhausted, yet nothing meaningful has been accomplished. They say, "I didn't have enough time." But the truth is this: everyone receives the same 24 hours. The difference between progress and stagnation is not the amount of time you have. It is how you use it. When you learn to manage your time with intention, your life begins to change. You wake up with direction. Instead of confusion, you move through your day with purpose. Instead of panic, you know when to work. You know when to rest. You know when to say yes. And you know when to say no, because every time you say yes to something, that does not matter. You are saying no to something that truly does. Time management is really decision management. It is the ability to decide what deserves your attention and what does not. Take a moment and ask yourself an honest question. Where is your time going every day? Is it disappearing into endless scrolling? Is it being consumed by worry about things you cannot control? Is it being spent on activities that do not move your life forward? Small moments of wasted time may seem harmless, but when they accumulate over weeks, months, and years, they quietly steal opportunities, growth, and peace. The good news is that you can take control again. You do not need to change everything overnight. Start with one area, just one. Identify one habit that wastes your time and begin reclaiming that space. Because when you reclaim your time, you reclaim your focus. When you reclaim your focus, you reclaim your momentum. And momentum is what carries you towards your purpose. Remember this powerful truth. Time is sacred because it is the platform through which your purpose becomes reality. Every dream you have will require time. Every goal you want to achieve will require time. Every impact you want to make will require time. That is why distractions are so dangerous. Distractions steal your focus, and when your focus is stolen, your time is wasted. And when your time is wasted, your destiny is delayed. So begin treating time as the gift it truly is. Plan your days with intention. Protect your hours with discipline. Spend your energy on what truly matters. Because when you learn to master your time, you begin to master your life. And once your life gains direction and order, something powerful happens. You stop living reactively. You start living intentionally. You stop chasing the clock. You begin leading your days with purpose. And that is when real transformation begins. But let's be honest about something. It is easy to stay focused when everything is going well. It is easy to stay disciplined when life feels smooth, when doors are opening, when progress is visible, when motivation is high. Discipline feels natural. But true discipline is not tested in comfort. It is tested in difficulty. Consistency is not built when life is easy. Consistency is built when life is challenging. Every person who achieves something meaningful in life eventually faces moments of resistance. Moments when motivation disappears, moments when doubt whispers in their mind, moments when the easiest choice is simply to quit. Procrastination will tell you to wait until tomorrow. Fear will tell you that you are not ready. Distractions will offer comfort instead of progress. Negative voices may even try to convince you that your dreams are unrealistic. But remember this: you are not walking this path alone. The strength you need to continue has already been placed inside you. Every time you stand back up after falling, every time you try again after failing, every time you move forward despite doubt, you are growing stronger. Consistency does not mean perfection. Consistency means persistence. It means showing up even when you do not feel like it. It means continuing even when progress feels slow. It means believing in your path even when results are not yet visible. Anyone can start something, but only disciplined people finish. Consistency turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results. History is filled with people who faced rejection, failure, and doubt again and again. Entrepreneurs who started with nothing. Creators who worked for years before anyone noticed their work. Leaders who continued serving even when recognition never came. They did not succeed because life was easy. They succeeded because they refused to stop. Every obstacle became part of their training. Every setback strengthened their resilience. Every challenge shaped their character. And eventually, their persistence opened doors that talent alone could never unlock. Because success is not about speed, it is about endurance. It is not about how quickly you start. It is about how long you are willing to continue. Life will test your commitment through delays, disappointments, and discouragement. But those who remain consistent eventually become unstoppable. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum creates progress. And progress eventually leads to transformation. So ask yourself one final question. Today, what usually stops you from being consistent? Is it fear? Is it comfort? Is it distraction? Identify the obstacle, because you cannot defeat what you refuse to recognize. Once you understand what stands in your way, you can begin overcoming it. And when you continue showing up day after day, something remarkable begins to happen. Opportunities begin to notice your persistence. Breakthroughs begin responding to your faithfulness. Doors begin opening for those who refuse to quit. You may stumble, you may slow down, you may even fall, but if you refuse to stop, you will win, because every step forward shapes you into the person capable of sustaining the life you are building. So stay consistent. Do not let procrastination steal your time. Do not let fear silence your vision. Do not let distractions pull you away from your path, and never allow negative voices to make you forget who you are, because the same God who placed purpose inside your heart has already equipped you with the strength to fulfill it. Your responsibility is simple. Keep moving forward, stay disciplined, stay focused, stay faithful, and never stop becoming the person you were created to be.